Oh, oh, where are you going? Hey, listen, if I'm going to take the time to teach you how to do all this stuff, then you get your butt back out in that garage. And then you smash the subscribe and like button because I'm an awesome guy and I like to give free information. So you should do me a favor. But don't be walking away. We got things to learn today and to fix. So you better go grab your tools and get out in that garage right now. Right now. What are you waiting for? Go. Jeez. What's going on, guys? Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe for the information I give you. It's me and my beautiful girlfriend traveling the world. We accept cups of coffee donations. If you guys would like to do that, you can do that right here, or here, or here, or one of those places. We take all that money and put it back into the camper, gas, parts, whatever we need. I try to help you guys with good information. And, I work on the back scratch principle. Scratch yours, you scratch mine. It helps everybody. It's all gravy. You don't have to, but at least smash the like button and subscribe. That being said, let's move forward. So in my last video, I basically talked about why you shouldn't tow your cheap campers in the rain, your cheaper campers, these $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 campers up to, let's say, $20,000 camper, why you shouldn't tow them in the rain. Today, I'm going to take you underneath the undercarriage of this guy, and we're going to show you exactly why I say that, because think about most of these cheaper campers like cookie cutter. They make them look real nice on the inside. You know, they make these things look all cool on the inside. The problem is that they really cheap out in a lot of places. This is a very, very, very predatory industry. I'm not saying all dealerships that sell these things are like that, but let's just say over the years, they've really found ways to cheap out and try to put the least amount into building these things and charge the most they possibly can. As with most things, it gets commercialized in America and then completely goes out the window with quality control. That being said, I'm going to show you the #1 reason why you shouldn't tow your cheaper campers in the rain, because it's so destructive to them. It just is. And I'm going to show you why. Let's go underneath the carriage of this specific trailer. Is a 2018. Luckily, this one was not towed on any trips. It was bought brand new, parked in somebody's backyard. Granted, it had a lot of problems from sitting, but I managed to fix all those problems. This one has never actually seen a trip. But that being said, I'm going to show you why you shouldn't tow in the rain. Normal rain is fine. Splash up happens. I understand that. That's pretty normal. And there's a cool little undercarriage thing down there to kind of help with the splash up effect. But when you're towing, very different scenario. So let's take you underneath this rig, and I'm going to show you exactly why you shouldn't tow these in the rain, because repairs on these things are very expensive. Not only a predatory industry for selling them to you, but the repairs. They make these things so cheap now that they want you to repair them. All I can say is keep up with all your maintenance possible. Do as much maintenance as you can yourself. Take care of your roof. Take care of all your seal jobs, everything you need to do around this yourself. Do not take this to places you're just getting ripped, man. Do this stuff yourself. There's plenty of videos out there showing you how to do it. Yeah, it's a pain in the neck. Yeah, it sucks. Do it yourself. That's what these channels are all about. That's what we try to help you guys do. But #1 reason, right here. Let's go. Alrighty, guys. Welcome to the underside of my RV. As you can see, it has this awesome splash-proof material up here. See this? This is cool, huh? But it hides what's underneath it. And we're going to talk about that because the guy prior to me unfortunately had to do some work to this and decided to cut this whole section out. So as you can see, I had to go get that very expensive special tape to seal all this. But let me show you exactly what's underneath this. All this is a water splash panel guard. That's it. That's it. And when it deteriorates, it's done. It's done. Okay? So when this deteriorates, you're toast. All right? This is specifically why you don't tow in the rain. You ready? What is underneath this? Take a guess. Right there. Your wood floor. That's it. That's it. So whenever you drive this thing down the road and cruising, rain's just getting all up underneath there from your truck tires, and it's just running the seam of this thing, splashing up, getting all over your wood, completely destroying the wood. This, when it's brand new, you could probably tow a little bit, but once this starts to deteriorate or get rips or holes in it, there's no more towing in the rain. Unless you plan on ripping the entire thing up and putting all new splash guard, there's no towing this in the rain. If you tow in the rain, all you're asking to do is destroy this wood. Now, luckily, this wood is still in good shape because this thing has not been towed in the rain. It's barely even seen any trips at all. And I had patchwork to do in the back and the front here. And I still have to seal this up, but I left this open just so I could show you guys exactly what's under this cheap, look at this, cheap splash guard. That's it, that's all it is. It's just woven material together. Little holes in it, all this kind of stuff. Once this goes bad, or accumulates any rips or starts to tear, you're not replacing it. Then your wood floors are completely open to the elements. So if you're towing, all that water is going right up here into your floorboards, complete destruction of the panels underneath. Now, like I said, I'm going to seal mine up because my splash guard, for the most part, is still in good shape. As you can see, I've got some major holes over there I have to work on from him melting things to look for stuff. So he melted it intentionally. But there are tears. There were some big shreds in the back from just sticks grabbing a hold of things and stuff like that way in the back and tearing it up. And so that's all things you need to be aware of. As long as this is still in good shape, you should be able to tow reasonably in mild rain conditions, but I wouldn't do it all the time. And once it tears, if you're not planning on pulling the entire thing up to replace this, don't drive it in the rain anymore. Just don't. I hope that helps you guys. Subscribe, smash the like button, do all that wonderful stuff, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Toodles.